Well, hi everyone, it's Marcus and welcome to more Zooming in the Jungle Room. Today I am talking with Adelaide bloody legend. He's a music superstar in my eyes. He is Ben Whittington. Ben, welcome to Zooming in the Jungle
Hello.
Room. How are you today?
I'm going great. It's the weather's nice and sunny outside, so you can't ask for much more than that, especially this time of the year.
I actually face a window looking right into the city. I've actually had to pull the blinds down just so I'm not blinded today. It's the middle of winter. I should be doing this with
It's
my
great.
sunglasses on. Hey, I just saw you on the weekends at the Gov doing that 90s
Yes, yes.
show. Bloody epic. And practically a sold out
Oh,
room.
thank you.
How'd you go with that show?
Yes, yes. No, we did well.
Did you enjoy?
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. We were we hadn't done this unplugged sort of show in about over 2.5 years, and I think we just sort of got an inkling for it. So usually we do all the party stuff. Our shows are a bit more full on and full band, and we enjoy doing the stripped back stuff because it gives us nothing to hide behind, and we also get to show off, our vocals, our harmonies, our musicianship as well. So it's kind of it gives us a little bit of an ego boost as well, and plus we get to do songs that we don't usually get to do. So
Look, the members on stage were absolutely the cream of Adelaide, for sure. Hands down, absolutely. But look, the reason I mention that 90s show is because I was there, as you know. I was expecting an encore, a special encore, because somebody has just released a brand new single, and I thought it might have got a little bit of airplay on the night. It didn't, however, but that's okay.
no.
The song that you've just released is called Find Us a Way. It is outstanding. There's actually a video clip to go along with it as well, which I think is breathtaking. I'm actually going, when I post this, I'm going to do a link for that. Tell us about Find Us a Way. What was the inspiration behind this new song?
So a long time ago, basically, as we all do, there's we all go through hard times. We all go through things that make us question what we're doing with our lives, what's basically what's going on around us. It's not uncommon. So I decided to put it down on to paper, basically on pen and paper. And when I was starting to delve into the original music scene and write my own stuff, it was very, very daunting because a lot of friends around me who were doing it as well, they were writing a bit more, how do I put it, a bit more generic. So it would just be like, oh, let's write about something that's a bit fictional, like, guy and a girl, falling in love or whatever it may be. Just something a bit more, less personal, I suppose. And then I remember when I did that, it just wasn't quite hitting the spot for me. So I thought, well, there's only one way to find out, and I guess that's by delving a bit deeper and getting a little bit personal, I suppose. So it's more of a song about, without trying to ramble too much. It's more of a song about just trying to find positive in a really dark situation, and hopefully, I mean, that's something that happened to me, but I'm sure everyone's got their own version of it that they can relate to. And so far, people have messaged and been like, I got emotional listening to this song because I can relate to it. So, and I think that's what music and art is meant to do. It's meant to sort of bring out emotions and hit you all differently. You can interpret it any way you want.
100% there. I think, there's not pretty much anyone on the world right now that doesn't need that kind of message in their life, right? We all need to find that bit of positivity at the minute. Hey, so the process of sitting down and writing a new song, what comes first for you, the lyrics or the music?
It's funny. Sometimes I will. It's a bit of mix and match. So sometimes I'll see or I'll hear a phrase that I really like, or I'll see a lyric somewhere, and it will inspire me to write something else, or I'll see like a little a catchphrase or something that I've heard someone say down the line. So I'll write that down. But 9 times out of 10, it is the music first. I'll just be mucking around on the guitar, and I'll sort of play something nice. I'll be like, ooh, that might be nice. And if I'm honest, the first thing, and I'm sure a lot of other musicians do the same, is we immediately have to scroll through our Rolodex of a memory and be like, did I steal that from something else? Am I just mucking around, or have I actually stolen that from someone else? So, but thankfully I haven't. I can't think of anything that I've pinched this one from. So, which is good. So, it was very much a trial and error sort of thing, which has been good. So, but yeah, I'd say music would come first, and then lyrics I'd fit around it. But I would definitely, yeah, there'd be definitely ideas already there. So I'd know. Let's say I wanted it to be a ballad or a somber song. At least I've got that in my head. So when I'm making the music, I know that's going to sort of suit. Because there's no point in me writing, a really sad song about a heartbreak or whatever it is, but it's to an upbeat sort of thing. I mean, you could, I guess. I'm sure many people have. But
anything can work if you sell it right, I guess.
Exactly.
So where to from here? Are there going to be some more singles, or is there an album that you're releasing? What's the deal?
So long story short is that it does cost quite a bit of money to record a song and to get it all done. So basically it will just be as they come out. A few years ago I recorded all the basics for about 7 songs. So I've got a handful more sitting up my sleeve. It's just about going into the studio and finishing them off, getting all the vocals done, mixing it all. So, and that costs, $1,000 per song. So it's more or less like I need to stop buying guitars and I need to stop spending money on and put it toward that instead. So the idea is that I'll get another one out probably in the next 3 or 4 months or so. It would be nice to keep keep it just continued. I don't want to I don't want to leave it too long, because the last one I released was a year and a half ago.
Yeah, well,
so
don't keep us hanging.
I really need to not leave it that long.
I think you need to start up a GoFundMe account. I don't know.
I think someone tried doing that for me back in COVID. Actually, they were like, "Yeah, give him money. He's a musician. He doesn't have any work."
Because you know what, we need to get to the point where you are releasing vinyl. Because I'll be the first one to buy one. I promise you.
I would love that. That'd be great. That's the thing, though. It all adds up so fast. It's so expensive. But, I mean, I think the next step, and I've been talking because the people who recorded these songs with me are actually the band from the 90s show. So it's, Russell on keys and Lee on bass and Kyle on drums. So it's that band. So because we do so much together and we're so close and all our musical adventures are together, it came quite easily. It wasn't there wasn't a struggle to sort of, everyone was on the same path so quickly. So I think the next step is, because we work together all the time, is to actually just put on an original show and use the money from the tickets to basically do the rest of the album and get them all done.
I was just going to say, my next question was, is there plans of a solo show coming up very soon?
Yeah, I think basically just depending on how busy everyone is and if it's the right time. But I think later in the year, there would be a chance. I think I would try and time it with releasing one more song. So when my next song gets released, I think off the back of that, I would do, because then I've done a couple. So then I would do an original show off of that. So hopefully toward the end of the year. But as we all know, I mean, look, we're already in July now. Time doesn't slow down for anyone.
TikTok.
It's, I know. So who knows? I could be ballparking for October, but it turns out it's actually October 2025. But we'll get there. We'll get there. It will definitely happen.
Musically, who are you listening to at the moment that it's really inspiring you?
Oh, it's a bit cliche, especially as a musician who's writing, but I always fall back to Crowded House. I love Neil Finn. Crowded House that is the absolute gold standard. Obviously, you get your Beatles and your Fleetwood Mac and Pink Floyd and Queen, but Crowded House is just the absolute epitome of songwriting. Neil Finn is just an absolute genius. So, and they're just so they're emotional, but they're also there's something really that you can just connect to them. Like they're just that they get stuck in your head. They're like little earworms, but they're just so well written. So Crowded House every day of the week, I would say. Not to say that that's where my musical where my songs are heading, or that's what they're doing. But just as a whole of, you know, how to put music together and how to write lyrics that are meaningful. That would be the top tier for me, I think.
Now, you've worked with a lot of Adelaide folk, and probably some interstate folk as well.
Yes.
So you've done a lot of collaboration. Have you got a dream collaboration, whether it be a producer, another writer, a performer, singer, musician?
Oh, are we talking anyone?
Anyone.
Absolutely anyone. They're not.
Go overseas if you like.
Oh,
Let's
you
make it.
know. Oh, do you know who? And they're just my speed, but and they've long broken up now. But rather than just a single artist or a person, I would have absolutely loved to have collaborated or just been a fly on the wall with Powderfinger.
Uh,
Absolutely, like their stuff is right, like that's the sound that I find myself drifting to most with my stuff is just basically, you know, early 2000s, late 90s Powderfinger. That's so that would be an absolute dream. Just any of the guys now. I've thankfully done a little bit with Darren Middleton, who is the guitarist in Powderfinger. But yeah, those guys are just they really just hit the spot for me, I think. So that would be fantastic. I would love that.
You know what, though, if they heard about it, they would probably be loving it as well. So anything's possible, Ben. Anything, dream big,
I wish.
you know. Hey, so what's next for Ben? What's next on the agenda?
Oh, so probably back to doing a lot of the cover shows, which is don't get me wrong, I absolutely love it. I know some people get burnt out on doing all the cover shows, but hey, it's what pays the bills, and I absolutely love it. If the way I see it is that if I'm up there performing songs that I've performed over and over again, let's use Wonderwall for an example. But if the crowd in front of me are singing along and having the time of their life, I love it. That means I'm doing my job well. That means they're enjoying it. Even if I've played the song a million times, I still get the joy of just entertaining, I suppose. It's not even about the music. It's just about being able to go out there and connect with people and just put a smile on their face. Honestly, like, just there's nothing better than hearing just a big group of people singing along with you, or just enjoying themselves. And I mean, when I was younger, before I even started gigging, I'd always grab a guitar and head around friends' places if they had like bonfires, and we'd be singing, you know, everything, just singing songs around. Just that, I don't know, that feeling of having everyone just in the moment with you. It's fantastic. So there's a lot of cover shows, obviously a lot of corporate stuff and whatnot, but yeah, I think in the middle of the year we get a little bit quiet because obviously it's winter and everyone's a bit quiet. But I think the next plan is to try and focus on getting more original stuff out, because at the end of the day, we can do these shows as much as we want, but you know, I kind of want to leave my mark, and if I can at least try and focus on that aspect of it a bit more, then I can get all the songs out there. Then they'll be there. Everyone can listen. They can have their opinion. They can do what they want, but at least they're out. They're out in the world. So, you know, no one's going to miss another tribute act of some description. So,
hey, random question, nice little scenario for you. Okay, you're at somebody else's gig, and maybe it's a rock gig, pop gig, I don't know, someone else's gig at let's say the Gov. All right, and they're like, whoa, Ben Whittington's in the crowd. Let's get him up on stage and get him to do a number. What would be your go-to number? Would it be an original, or what kind of cover would you do?
Honestly, and as much as this is the cop-out answer, it would just depend on the crowd and the room. If it was an original show, I probably would do an original song. But if it's a big crowd that, you know, they're all there, they just want to get in the mood, they just want to party, then 9 times out of 10, I'm going to just default to a song that everyone knows, everyone loves. A song that I personally enjoy, that I like pulling out every now and then, is "Goodbye Yellow Brick Road" by Elton John. I love that song.
I've never heard
it's one of my favorites. I will, next time I see you, I'll make sure I get it done. But that's one of my favorites. But I think I would just go straight to the big sing-alongs like Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls, or, you know, Don't Look Back in Anger, or whatever it may be, where the crowd are just straight into it. You know, Living on a Prayer, those ones, they're just the big belters. Because for me, what I enjoy most is, like I said before, is just when everyone's singing back at you just as much, and everyone's enjoying themselves. They've got big smiles on their faces. That's what people remember from a night. They don't remember oh yeah, he was technically good and he did a nice little guitar solo. They just want to sing and they just want to be entertained. So that's where my speed's at.
I'm throwing it out there. My couple of favorites, and I like plenty of your work, but a couple of my definite standout favorites: Savage Garden, I Want You, and Bon Jovi, of course, Bed of Roses. Insane. In fact, when I do this post, I'm going to be putting down below also the YouTube clip for Ben doing Bed of Roses. You guys are going to love it.
Yes.
Ben, what an absolute freaking pleasure. I wish you all the best. Find us a way. It is out now through all streaming devices. Please, everyone, give it a good listen. Watch it on YouTube. The video clip's really kind of cool. It's black and white. It's amazing. The link's below. Check it out. Ben, you're a legend, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Outstanding career.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Markus. Thank you.
I'll see you at the next gig.